Alright, black belts, here's going to be your curriculum for June. Okay, we got a lot of stuff that we're going to be covering, so pay attention. I'm very excited. This is a lot of awesome stuff. We're going to be going over some weapons and some different types of drills to really enhance your empty hand training as well. Okay, now what we're going to be doing for the warm-up is we're going to review the energy drill that we were working last month, empty hands, called hoop bud. It just means to tie and untie. It's very good for working for close quarters, okay? So you can have your right foot forward, you can have your left foot forward, and you can just be in a neutral stance. Okay, now remember, there's 4 steps to it. So remember, the first one is you're going for a high block here. Notice the slight bend in the elbow. We're not bent at 90 degrees. The arm's not straight out, but slightly bent, okay? If it's in too close, your opponent can push that arm in towards you, or if it's straight out, your opponent can grab that arm and then possibly go for an arm break. Okay, so it's very important when you're doing this block, the elbow slightly bent. So it's just enough pressure to stop that forward momentum that's coming on that high line. So the first thing is the block high. The second thing is you're going to take your other hand, you're going to lift underneath on this side of the hand. The third thing is you're going to slap, and then you follow up with the hit or strike with a weapon on this side. And then your partner would go, and then you would do it. So if you're training by yourself, it goes 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So notice all the movements are in close, nice and tight. I'm not coming out this way, okay? I want to keep everything in nice and tight. Because remember, we're imagining that we're in close to somebody, or we're in a really small room, maybe a bathroom or something like that, and we have to defend ourselves. So everything is going to be in nice and tight. Okay? So it goes 1, 2 is the lift. This hand stays here. This hand slaps, that's 3, and then that's 4 is my follow-up. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just flow on your own, or you do it with your partner. Okay, that's going to be called hoop bud. That's the energy drill, learning sensitivity with your hands. The next part of our warm-up that we're going to be going over is the basic footwork for weapons. Okay, we have the male triangle, female triangle. Most of you guys already know. Lateral triangle and cross-stepping. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, so for the female triangle, you pretend that you're stepping off on an isosceles triangle on 45 degrees. Feet start together, knees are bent, okay, just like this. Hands are up, or if you have weapons in your hand, you'd be moving your weapons, okay. So we're moving forward, that's the female, moving forward. Moving back on an angle is the male triangle, okay. I'm moving back this way, back on 45 degrees, back on 45 degrees, okay. Turning forward for the female, back on the male. And I'm going to be able to do both with my knees bent. Okay, my head's not bouncing up and down. My head is staying in one spot. Okay, that's going to be very important for later. Okay, using your footwork to move. Okay, keeping your head in one spot is going to help you to even deceive or fake out your opponent. Okay, the next part is the lateral triangle. Okay, so I'm going to find my stance here this way, and I'm just going to step back this way. Okay, I step back, or from the right forward, I step forward. I step back, or I step forward. Same thing on the left side. I step back, or I step forward. I step back, I step forward. So I'm in my lead. I want to get out, and then I want to come back right in my lead. So whether if I'm using empty hands, or if I have some kind of a weapon, coming back into my stance. You even emphasize it by turning your shoulders too. You turn your shoulders, you'll get more of the emphasis on it. Turning the shoulders, turn the shoulders. Okay? That's the cross-stepping, or I'm sorry, the lateral footwork. Okay, for the cross-stepping, very simple. You start here, cross behind, twist the hips, you uncross, then you cross over with the other foot, uncross, then you go back, step behind, uncross, step over, and uncross. Again, keeping the knees bent, using your feet, and twisting your hips. Okay, that's going to be important for later when we start working with weapons and different weapons drills with our partners, learn how to attack, defend, and be able to circle out using our footwork to move out of the way of harm. Okay, so that's going to be our warm-up, is the hoop bud, and then the basic footwork. Okay, now for the next part for the main curriculum, we're going to be doing single stick. We're going to be going over the numbering system 1 through 12. 12 strikes with the stick, and some of the strikes in this numbering system repeat themselves, but they're either at a higher strike or lower strike with just a different type of angle. So there's a lot of strikes and a lot of thrusts in the 1 through 12. Okay, so with the stick in the right hand, Okay, make sure you practice it too at home, also in the left hand, okay? Because it's good to know the right, so if your right hand got injured or you lost your weapon on the right, you got to know how to use that left hand. It's very important to be a well-rounded martial artist. Okay, so the stick is here. Okay, most of these angles, 1 through 5, you guys already know. So again, it goes 1 is on the angle, that's angle 1. Okay, do it slow, get used to those angles. Angle 2 is on this side. Angle 3, you come across the body to the ribs. Angle 4, you go across the body. Angle 5 is a thrust to the stomach. Now, angle 6 is you bring the stick up and you can thrust this way. Okay, going to the head. Angle 7 is you come on this side and thrust. Angle 8, you turn the stick and you spin it around your head and you strike as if you're doing an angle 2. Okay, angles 9 and 10, 9 you strike to the knees, it's just like angle 1, but you go to the knees. And then on this side, strikes 11 and 12 is 11 is you go upward strike and then an upward strike is 12. Okay, so again it goes angle 1, angle 2, angles 3 and 4 across the body. Angles 5, 6, and 7, all thrusts is 5, 6 high, 7 high. Angle 8, you spin it around the head this way. Angles 9 and 10, you just do angles 1 and 2, but you go to the knees. 9, 10, so you're drawing a downward X. And then 11 and 12 is you're going to do an upward X, so you just reverse the strikes. Instead of going down, you come up and then come up. So just think of those upward strikes are the same thing as throwing an uppercut with your empty hand, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is around the head, 9, 10, 11, 12. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, make sure you bend your knees on those, head is up, and then 11, and then 12. Right now, just doing it, standing still, just to keep it simple. And then you want to be able to flow through the whole thing, okay, without stopping. Then later on, we're going to throw in the footwork. So after about every 2 strikes, you step back, or you step forward, okay? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So learning how to use your body, your hands and feet to move all together. So 1, 2, step back, 3, 4, step forward, 5, 6, step to the side, 7, step back, 8, and 4, 9, 10, step back, 11, 12. Basic numbering system 1 through 12 with the stick. Okay, now again, make sure you do it on the left side. Figure it out. It's going to feel really weird, or maybe it feels weird on the right hand, but it feels really good for you on the left. You got to use 2 hands. Okay, you got to learn how to use 2. Okay, the well-rounded black belt. Same thing with the stick. Do it with the knife. Okay, and then we're going to also learn how to do the numbering system while adding in the knife, which will be at a later time. So you would just go 1, 2, thrust, 3, 4, thrust, 5, 6, okay, and then so on and so on. But you got to get the basics down. And you go to the next part. Alright, black belts, now what we're going to do with a single stick, it's going to be a review for most of you, is we're going to do the basic attacks and then defenses. Okay, so taking the numbering system, angles 1 through 5, now the only difference is we're just going to add in an overhead strike. Okay, that wasn't in the numbering system that we did. So as long as you got angles 1, 2, 3, 4, thrust is 5, and then overhead strike, trying to strike on top of the head. Okay, if you got those, okay, you're in good shape. Okay, so now we got to learn the attacks, and we got to know the defenses of the attacks, basic defenses. Okay, after you do, when you do your overhead strike, what you're going to be doing now is you got to add in the ropes block, okay, and you got to make sure you step off onto the side. Remember, it's good that you know the footwork that we did at the beginning, because that footwork is going to help you to move out of the weapon's angle of attack. So if someone's coming down with an overhead strike, if you just try to block it this way, it may work, but that stick is going to be coming down hard, especially if it's a baseball bat, okay, or a pipe. You got to learn how to move off to the side, okay? Or if it's coming on an angle, you got to learn how to step off on an angle or move out and evade. Okay, you can't just stay in the line of attack. It's just like if someone was shooting a gun, okay, you're going to try to get cover. You got to move out of the way. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're moving away from the weapon or angling out to help defend it. Okay, so off the overhead strike is down. We got to do the rope block. This is up above our head. Okay, stick is pointed down. Okay, so now the stick is down because we want to deflect our opponent's weapon down away from us. Okay, as we do that, we step off on an angle, just like this. This hand is up by the wrist for support, making our block stronger. Okay, and what we're also trying to do is we're trying to hit our opponent's hand as we're blocking with our stick. Okay, keep that in mind. So we step off on an angle. Okay, so if you're looking at it this way, the overhead strike, my counter, my block, I step off, and I roof. Notice my body. Okay, that's off the overhead. Now off angles 1, right here. We got to do the inside deflection. So step in, as if we just did off the overhead, off the roof block. We step up on the angle, the stick is pointed up. It's going to hit our opponent's hand, and this hand is going to be up right here. This hand always wants to be monitoring your opponent's weapon hand, or his empty hand, or some kind of part of his body. And also, too, you want this hand available to come in with a strike, or if you have another weapon in this hand, another stick, or a knife, after you would cover, then you can thrust, and then you can attack from there. So the main thing is moving out and hitting. Okay? So we step off on an angle, stick is up, this hand is here to monitor. That's our inside deflection. For the angle 2 strike is coming down on an angle. What we're going to do is called a high wing block, just like this. So now we're going to step off on that female triangle to the opposite side. This hand comes up, and this hand is right here, just like this. Okay, free to strike, or free, again, if for some reason this fails, and that weapon's still coming, this hand needs to be here to block it. If I miss for some reason, this hand ain't here, boom, it's going to be lights out. So here and here, okay? So now you got extra protection, okay? So moving here on an angle, angle 2, it's coming from on this side, we step out, block, and is up, okay? Now for angles 3, it's coming across the body. It's going to be called the low shield or low deflection. We step off on that angle going this way. We want to move away from that weapon. Low shield, sticks pointed down. We hit, and this hand again. Here, free to strike, or again, another hand to protect. Okay, so we're stepping off on this side. Okay, angle 3 is coming. It's coming on this side of attack. We step, block, and hit here. Okay, that's the inside deflection or low shield. Now for angle 4, it's going across the body. It's going to be called a drop stick. So now, just like angle 2, we have to step off on an angle. We step. The stick is going to drop down to the weapon or hand that's coming towards us. We hit, and this hand again comes here as a block, or if you have another weapon, that weapon's attacking, or this hand is here for extra protection. I hit, and I can grab his hand. I can go for a disarm, or I can just sit there and monitor, make sure that it's not going to come back up high or back low. Very important that you have this hand in play. Okay? So if someone's trying to strike this on this side, or I'm sorry, on this side right here, you step off, you hit, and this hand is down just like that. Okay? Notice I'm not leaning too far in, but I'm dropping my elevation. Okay, for the last one, the angle 5, it's going to be the same as number 3. That low shield, or low inside deflection, same thing. That thrust is coming, we step off on the side, this way, we deflect it, or we try to hit that hand, and then again, we try to grab, or again, hit and then block, and then this hand is free to do whatever it wants. Okay, so the basic angles of defense again, we're going to start with the overhead, we'll go 1 through 5. Overhead's coming, we have our roof. Okay, angle 1, we step off to the side, inside deflection. Angle 2, step off on the other side, high wing. Hand can be here, or the hand can be here. Okay, we're just trying to get that hand, or grab that weapon. Okay, angle 3, we step, low shield, or we call it a low deflection. Hand here. Okay, we step back, angle 4, step, hit, or drop it down. This hand is here. And then angle 5, deflection, and then here. Okay, and those are our basic defenses off our strikes with the stick. Can be done with the sword, can be done with the knife. Now remember, everything that you do with weapons, you can do it with empty hand, because in all the Filipino martial arts, and especially in the martial arts that you see today, it was all done, it's all evolved off of weapons. So whenever you see like the old tradition styles, you know, the karate guys throwing punches like this, they were training to stab with the knife. because back then that's how they defended themselves, and they defended their countries with weapons. They didn't have guns back then, you know, they didn't have bombs, so they had the swords, they had shields. So whenever you see someone doing a block this way, when you're doing high blocks in some of your forms, what you're training your body to do is to block with the shield. If this was a shield, I'm blocking up high. Or if I have a stick in my hand and I have it this way, if someone comes with another stick, I can block up this way, and then I'm thrusting. So whenever you're doing all your empty hand blocks and forms, all that was done off of weapons. So whatever you can do with the weapons, your body can do it with the empty hands. So that's why weapons is a lot of fun to train, and also too, when you train with the weapons, it's going to correlate and work with the empty hands as well. Okay, now the last part is we're going to free flow. Okay, we're going to free flow with our weapons, and we're going to free flow with empty hands. Okay, so we'll first off a double stick. Okay, so we're starting with the sticks in hand. Again, working all your basic patterns and coordination drills. Okay, everything that you know, you put it in order. Okay, you make a flow out of it. Okay, and you work your heaven sixes, your standard sixes, your earth sixes. Now you're going to put everything together. Now what you want to do is you want to break it away, and you want to just be able to free flow. Okay, imagine that you're fighting someone, they're trying to attack you. You got to block, and you got to hit to the legs, hit to the head, hit to the hands, and you want to be able to move in different directions. Don't just stay in one spot. It's good to learn form in one spot, but when you want to train for combat, for reality, okay, you got to move around. Okay, so you got to face different directions. Okay, that's with the double stick. Drop it in a single stick. Right hand or left hand. Learn how to use that left hand. Okay, learn how to block, learn how to hit. Okay, switch hands. Use the right hand. Face different directions. Okay, move your body, move your feet, work your footwork with it. Triangles, your cross steps. Okay, single stick. A knife or two knives. If you can do a double stick, you can do it with a knife. Work thrusting, work slashing, okay? Defend, duck, move, face different directions, move forward, move back, move off to the side, cross step, okay? Work all those different types of attacks and defenses. Go into single stick, or single knife. Work a knife here. Use this hand as if it's blocking, or if you're cutting and you're punching too. Attack with that other hand, okay? Switch hands, do it on the left side, okay, or switch grips. But in this grip here, defend with this grip, okay. It's good to know how to use it this way, and it's good to know how to use it back this way. Because if I'm this way, I drop my knife, or if I see a knife on the ground, and I can defend myself, I may not have time to pick it up this way, or pick it up and then switch grip. I may have to get that knife and then I got to defend myself. That person may be already attacking you. You may not have time to switch it into your left hand, your right hand, or in this grip. So it's good to know how to move with the knife and all the different types of grips. Okay? Then when you're done, you drop it with the empty hands. What you can do with the stick, you can do with the hammer hand. Okay? This way. Work your punches, your uppercuts, duck. Okay? Work your kicks. Okay? Work your elbows. Move, duck. Okay, work your blocks. Okay, knee strikes, elbows. Okay, so be able to flow with the weapons and be able to flow with empty hands. What the good thing is about free flowing is it's teaching your body to create and move. You don't want to just stick with one pattern or one combination. You want to be able to create and be able to move freely.